Are you responsible for teaching a variety of age groups on a Sunday morning or Wednesday night or kids club? And you're trying to figure out, how do I take this Bible story and break it down for 4-year-olds to 11-year-olds or whatever your age group is? So I'm going to show you exactly how we break our lessons down to fit 4 to 11-year-olds every Sunday morning. So if you are new here, welcome to the Kids Ministry Toolbox. My name is Kristen, and my husband Michael and I are the children's directors at our church. We are passionate about God's Word and finding ways to take big Bible truths and break them down to little hearts and minds. So today we're going to be talking about how do we prep our curriculum for that variety of ages, 4 to 11 years old. So number one, we start off with all of our teachers every week are going to get a handout. And I'm going to tell you exactly what is in it. If you are interested in purchasing any of these, some of these lessons are already available in our store, which is linked on our profile. But some of them are not available yet or are coming soon. And I grabbed one of the ones that is not available. So I'm going to just show you kind of how we do it. Here's what I include, and here's how we teach it. So number one, everybody is going to follow the same theme. They are taking away the same concept from the lesson, and they are taking away the same memory verse from the lesson. So if you have children in a variety of age groups on a Sunday morning or a Wednesday night, this is going to help parents. You can work as a family to reinforce that theme, to reinforce that memory verse, and you're not trying to pull between multiple lessons and multiple children and multiple verses. This is going to break it down, simplify it for families as well. So this lesson is on Joseph being sold into slavery by his brothers. So here's kind of how we break it down and how we would teach it to each of those age groups. So in our church, we do 3 different lessons on Sunday mornings, and they rotate through kind of like a station program, which we could talk more about. If you're interested, you can leave a comment. I'll be glad to go through and tell you how we do this. But we do 4 and 5s, the pre-primaries, the primaries, which is 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, and the juniors, which is 4th, 5th, and 6th. And so we teach a variety of ages on a Sunday morning, and they all learn the same lesson, but they all learn it slightly differently. So for this one, everybody's going to be working on the memory verse, Romans 8:28, and we know that all things work together for good to them that love God. When I'm teaching my little ones, it's going to be with motions. I have a video all about that. And we know that all things work together for good to them that love God. And that's exactly how I would teach that memory verse to the littles, maybe even the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, depending on how much they're struggling with it. But for juniors, you're going to have them grab their Bibles, open it up, read along with you, try to say it, maybe work in partner pairs, see if they can help each other memorize it. But you're going to have them work on that memory time. You're not going to have the motions in there. Then we have the story summary. Everybody's learning this story. For my 4 and 5s, this is primarily their lesson. They're learning the story of Joseph. A lot of them have either never heard it, are learning it for the first time, or are still very new to it because they've barely heard it. They're young, right? And so we're going to just teach them the story of Joseph. I'm going to use either flashcards or maybe a puppet who's going to tell part of the story, or I might use some flannel graph. I'm going to use something visual while I am telling this story in order to help those little ones learn the story. And that's how I'm going to teach it. When I get to that middle group, I'm going to be teaching that same story again, but we're going to be diving in a little bit deeper. We're going to be coming off with that theme of God is working all things for good. So this might be the class that I would use a visual aid with. Would for this particular lesson, I might show them one piece of a puzzle. I'm like, all right, who can tell me what this puzzle is going to be? And then kind of wait. And most likely you'll get a few guesses it's going to be a bird or it's going to be a park, because they're going to look at there. But you can't tell me because you can't see the whole picture. You can only see this one piece. And then you're going to teach that story of Joseph and how this moment in Joseph's life looked really bad, right? It looked like everything was wrong. There was no way it could turn out good. But God saw the whole picture. And then I would show them the whole puzzle box. Like This is what God sees when he looks at your life. He sees the whole picture, and he knows where he wants you to end up. And he knows how these circumstances are working to bring you where he wants you. And so I would show them that whole picture. You're bringing in a little bit more of a visual aid. If I've got a mixed group, I'm going to go with that object lesson or that point that fits that middle ground. I'm teaching that story of Joseph. I'm expanding on it a little bit. So my littles are getting the lesson, right? The middle group is getting the lesson and an object that's going to stick in their head. And the older group, we're going to dive into it a little bit further as we get into questions. So when I get to asking questions, I'm going to have some call and respond, like, who had a coat of many colors? Joseph. What happened to Joseph? What happened to him? He was thrown into a pit and then sold as a slave. That's going to be doing some review. And I'm going to ask a few higher level thinking questions when I get to my older kids. I'm going to say something like, why do you think Joseph's brothers were so jealous? Do you think Joseph understood God's plan? Why do you think Joseph chose to trust God anyway? And I'm going to start asking a little bit deeper to get them diving into the story a little bit more. So hopefully this was helpful to you. If you're teaching a variety of age groups, try to go for that middle ground and then branch off using questions to go younger and older as well. And pick an object lesson or something that's going to stick in the middle that everybody is going to be able to recall. And that's going to really help you to nail that point home while spanning across the age group. So if this was helpful, I would love if you gave it a like. If you left a comment and told me what tips or tricks you use in your kids' ministry that help you. We are always looking for new ideas. So I would love if you would leave us a comment and tell us. And we would love to have you join our kids' ministry toolbox. So if you'd like to subscribe, you can do that as well. I hope this was helpful and I will see you next time. Goodbye.